so we will have some sort of backup class. I mean, we'll have one video which will be backup class. We can refer to those basically, okay? Or else we'll have in here as well. So let me open our whatever file we had. How many shortcuts we have done? 10, 12 we have done, right? Okay. So let this Eclipse be started, okay? I think we had done till this 9 number we have done, right? Okay, so we will start from here. Okay, our workspace is TTSS. So both the lectures which we had is already in YouTube. Did you check? YouTube, did you try? Okay. So till now we have covered 2 tutorials, right? So both the tutorials are in YouTube. So what you can do, you can go over there. Internet is a bit slow, it seems. Okay. So go to YouTube, youtube.com. youtube.com, search core Java, okay, Tapas Chandra, okay, this is my name. So you will get all those videos. Just search. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so just click on this, and you will be getting. So these first 2 are the one which we have done in the class. Okay, so today we are going to do the third one. Okay, so yeah, this is the way I have done. Same thing. Whatever we have done now, it is over there. So for practice purpose at your home, okay, so you can do all those stuff. Yeah, our Eclipse is started. Okay, so let's do the recap of whatever shortcuts we have done. Maybe in 5 minutes we'll recap what things we have done. So what is the first shortcut? Super shortcut. So how to get the super shortcut? Control Shift L. Okay, so when you do Control Shift L in your Eclipse, automatically this is the shortcut which will come in right hand side. Control Shift L. What happened? It's not coming. Why it is not coming? Is there any problem? Or I have not connected with it. Other things are working. Okay, Control Shift L. Maybe it is changed by mistake. I had changed. Okay, so okay, let it be. Others are working. Okay, so just ignore this. Let's go to the second one. What you are doing? Formatting. So how will you do format? How will you do format? Control Shift F. Okay, so something like that to understand. If I'll have some code called system.out. So how to write system.out.println? SYSO. Okay, so you just use SYSO, control space, automatically it will come. And suppose if you write code like this, is it human readable? It is not human readable. If you want to make it format, Control Shift F. Just to use Control Shift F. Then what is the single line comment? How to do? Control /. If you want to uncomment, Control /. Same. Then if you want a multi-line comment, how to do? You will select those lines, Control Shift /. What is multi-line comment? /***. If you want to uncomment, Control Shift /. Okay. Again, whenever you will stuck, my Control Shift L is not working. Okay, because maybe I have changed that shortcut only. I'll have a look of it. Okay, later. Then what is the fourth one? Import. Okay, so import means, what is import? Import means whenever you want to use the class of other package into your class which is in some other package, then what you do? You must use import. So how to do import? Control Shift O is the shortcut. Then how to have the Java doc? Alt Shift J. So Alt Shift J is the one to have the Java doc like this. It is called Java doc, where you will have some sort of comments which will help people to understand your code. Then backward history, how will you see? Alt left arrow or Alt right arrow. So these are the shortcuts to go to the back and next. And if you want to see the history of your file, how will you check it? Tell me. How to check the history of your file? Right click. Then where you go? You will go replace with or compare with. Okay, so if you want to replace with, then local history, and it will give you all the timing. Suppose we had done on 28, 2 days back, right? So if you want to see what is the change, so this is the change. That time 28 nothing was there. Now we have written all those codes, right? So you will be able to, if you want to replace, here only replace is the button. Just click on this, all the code will be replaced as your previous on 28 how your code was, it will be going over there. Okay, yeah. Now how to close a particular file? Control W to close a file. If you want to close more files, how will you close? Control Shift F4. Okay, it will close. Then exit from Eclipse. Alt F4 to exit from the Eclipse. Okay, then where we are? Yeah, change the method signature. How will you change? Alt Shift C. So something like this. If you want to change the method signature, Alt Shift C, automatically your pop-up will come. From here you can change something like, I want to have the method called something like test try. Then whenever I will do it, it will change over there. So it will not only change here, it will change in all the places where you are having references. Okay, again these are recaps which we had done in the last class. If you want to copy some lines, what do you do? Alt up or Alt down. Okay, so something like this. If you want to copy this, Alt down, which will copy. If you want to make it up, Alt up, it will copy all those whatever lines you want to copy. Delete line, what is the shortcut? Control D. It will keep on deleting a line. Then find next. control K. Okay, suppose I want to find this, so what do you do? Control K, control K, control K, control K, control K. If you want to find previous, then control shift. Okay, control shift K, previous will keep on finding. Okay, then go to line number. What is shortcut? Control L. I want to go to line number 10, I will be into line number. If I want to go to line number 15, 15, I will be in the line number 15. Okay, so I think till this only we had done, right? So let's move from here. Seventeenth is join lines. Okay, so suppose these are the 4 lines which you want to join into the single line. Okay, sometimes there will be requirement you want to join 2 lines into your single line basically. Okay, then how will you do? What is the shortcut we are having? Alt Control J. Alt Control J. Okay, so see here, if I will do Alt Control J, I'll select those lines, Alt Control J, what happened? All went into the same line. Okay, whenever you want to join the line, just select those lines, do Alt Control J, automatically those lines will be joined. Okay, this is about your join lines. Redo undo is simple only. How to undo? Control Z. Control Z. I mean normal in Notepad also you do na, Control Z, same undo. Okay, if you want to redo, Control Y. Control Y. Control Y will redo your task. So Control Z and Control Y, Control Z to undo and Control Y to redo your task. Okay, so yeah, now what is breakpoint? Any idea? So basically I mean in your C++ code you might have seen. Okay, so when we run the code, what happens? It automatically runs all the code. Okay, now you don't want to run all the code, you want to run line by line. Got it, right? What is that called? That is called debugging. Okay, so now we'll see debugging while going through, but for time being I will just see the shortcut to debug it. Okay, so what is the shortcut? See, how will you find out whether I am having debugging point or not? Here in this particular column, okay, you will have some sort of mark over there. Okay, so if I want to put the debug point here, what to do? I usually do like this. So you just have to do double click, then what will happen? Automatically that mark will come. That mark will identify that here is the debug point. Okay, so this is, I mean, so now if you want to do by shortcut, okay, so how do you do? Control Shift B. What is shortcut? Control Shift B. B means breakpoint. Okay, so Control Shift B. See, automatically it is coming here. If I want to put here Control Shift B. Okay, so what is the shortcut? Control Shift B. If you want to remove the debug point, same. I mean, if it is put, it will remove. If it is removed, it will have the new one basically. Okay. If I want to remove, Control Shift D. See, Control Shift B is removed. Similarly here also, Control Shift B. Control Shift B, it will put it. Okay. So whenever you want to remove the debug point, Control Shift B. If you want to put the debug point, Control Shift B only. So those are called breakpoint also. Breakpoint. We usually call those as a breakpoint. If you want to run the project, Control F11, which you have already seen. So what is shortcut? I'll go over there. Control F11. If I'll do, automatically it will give me the output in the console. So what is the output for this? Test method, test method, test method. So there are multiple ways to run. One way, how will you run? Go to this, wherever your class is there, right click, run as Java application. So automatically it will run. Okay. But again and again I am telling this perspective should be set to Java. Okay, if this is not set to Java, then it will not show this Java application. Okay, it might show something else. Okay, so always how to set the perspective, plus and what you select, Java. Okay, then automatically this will be set. Okay, so this is one of the way. Right click, run as Java application, and then it will run. Other way to run is from here also. Here is the mark, right? Okay, just click on this, automatically it will show the previous run things. Just click on main class, automatically it will run. Okay, and third way how to run, control F11. Anyway, I mean, so typically, I mean, if you are, I mean, you are having habit of using control F11, then you usually do control F11 rather than going over there, click and all the things you want to basically. So control F11 to run your project. Now let's try to understand how to debug a project. Okay, so how to debug a project. So how to debug a project, F11. Control 11 to run the whole the project. If you want to debug, then only F11. Okay. So let's try to put many debug points so that we'll try to understand, I mean, how it is working. Okay. So for timing, I'll make it static. I will try to call it from here. Okay, so now whenever we debug the project, then we are having many options to go through and different ways. Okay, so if you want to go to the next line, then what is shortcut, F6. If you want to go to the next breakpoint, then F8. If you want to go inside the method, then what is that, F5. And if you want to inspect the current value, Control Shift I. This will come under debugging. Okay, so try to understand. If I press F11, what will happen? It will not run, it will debug. Debug means line by line execution of your code. Okay, so if somebody will ask what is debugging, what is debug? Okay, what is debug? Debug is nothing but line by line. We can say inspection with a good word. Inspection of our source file. Sometimes you don't want to run everything. Okay, you want to go one line by line, one by line. Okay, so in that case we will debug. So what is shortcut, F11. Just press F11. See, now did my code run? It did not run. Okay, it will show me some pop-up. Okay, I want to do show debug and all. Okay, so I will do, I mean, yes or no, it is up to me. You can. Okay, now what happens, see, my code did not run, it didn't give me the output. Where it stopped? It stopped here. Why it stopped here? Because I have put the breakpoint. Okay, now there are many ways, as I told. What are the ways? If you want to go to the next line, then F6. If you want to go to the next breakpoint, F8. Okay, so tell me, if I will do F6, where it will go? Next line, basically. Okay, so I started to do F6, where it went? It is not working here, or it's not working? Yeah, so see here I am doing F6. I believe there is some problem or what. Okay, this keyboard is having some problem. F6 it is not able to catch it. Okay, so we'll do F8 only. I'll show you it. I will first terminate it, then we will be able to find it better. Okay, so I will write one other method. Okay, so something like we will write another method called test. What is the method we are writing? Text care take. Okay, and I am making it private. I want to call it from main method, so what it should be static and void. Okay, and here I will print something like test, something like what is the output I am giving? Test. Okay, and I'll call this many times from here. Okay, now try to understand. Suppose I'll have debug point here. Okay, I want to debug, then what is shortcut? F11 is the shortcut. I'll run F11, automatically it will come up. I'll just select yes. Okay, now what will happen? It should stop. Where it should stop? It should stop in the place here. It will stop here. Okay, now if I'll do F6 is not working here. I want to go to the line number 12. Okay, I want to go to the line number 12. What is the shortcut I have to do? F8. Okay, let's do the F8. What happened? It went to the line number 12, and it has executed this line, and it has already given me this output called test. Okay, similarly, if I want to go to line number 15, what I should do? F8. Okay, so let's do F8. What will happen? It should go to line number 15. Now in between, how many tests came? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many tests should be in output? 4. So how many are there? See, we are having this 4 outputs basically. Okay, yeah. Now we are having one of the shortcut called F5. What is F5? Go inside the method. Okay, now see, when I did F5, it did not go to the next breakpoint. It went inside the method test get it. Okay, now I'll do F8. Then what will happen? All the breakpoints are over till now. Okay, so let's do once again, then we'll be able to understand. I'll do F11 to debug it. Okay, it stopped here. Okay, now if I'll do F8, where I'll go? Tell me. Line number 12. So line number 12. Okay, now if I'll do F5, where I'll go? F5 means inside the method. So where is my inside method? I'll be here. Here I'll go. Okay, so let's do F5. See, I went over there. Now if I want to go to the next breakpoint, what I'll do? F8. So F8 here. Now if I'll do F8, where I'll go? Tell me. Line number 17. Okay, then all the outputs are there. Okay, so this is the way how we debug. F6 is not working in my keyboard, so I am not able to show. Otherwise, F6 will go to the next line. Basically, okay. Okay, so this is your this is the one which we have done. Okay, now let's try to understand how to refactor a variable name or method name. Okay, before going to this, let's try to understand what is refactor. So what is refactor? Any idea? Any idea? Try to understand. Okay, so suppose what is the method name? This test care take, and I am using this method from many places. Maybe this method I am calling from many classes. I mean, maybe thousands of references are there for this class. I mean, this method. Okay, now what you want to do? You want to do in such a way that if I will change in here, then it should change in all the places where you are calling, right? Are you able to know what I am talking about is? Okay, so I want to change in all the places wherever you are having the references of this particular variable. One way to change, if I will do like this, I want to change it to this name, but what will happen? It will create problem, because from where you are calling now, you have to change in all the places. Okay, suppose if you are working for a very big project and there are thousands of references, Can you do this then copy, paste, paste? You have to do 1,000 times. By the time evening, it would be evening. Got it, right? Okay. So what we do is, I mean, that is called refactor. What is refactor? Refactor means you change in one place, it should reflect in all the other references also. Okay. What is refactor? Refactor is nothing but changing the variable name or method name. I mean method name or class name. I mean sometimes we change class name also, right? So changing the variable name, method name or class name in such a way that it should reflect in all the places wherever it is having references. It's not only changing in one place, it is changing in all the places throughout your project, wherever you want to change. Okay, so how will you do? What is the shortcut? We are having one of the shortcut called Alt Shift R. R for refactor. Okay. Now you give any name. See, if I am changing in one place, it is changing in all the places wherever reference is required. Got it, right? So what is shortcut? Alt Shift R. This is very natural. I mean, sometimes what happens, you are working with your project. Okay, suddenly you have given your code for the code review. Your manager is reviewing your code. Now he will tell this variable name is not correct. Give some other name. Now if you are using it from 1,000 places, again you cannot go to 1,000 places and do all those things, right? So what is the best way? You should do the refactoring. So if you do refactor one place, it will change in all the places. So like here, Alt Shift R. I want to make it to test. See, test. It will change in all the places. Okay. Now this refactoring means not only for the method. You can refactor your class. You can refactor your variable name and method which you have already done. Okay. Something like, see here, what is the variable name? Non-static. I want to change it to something else. So how will I do? Alt Shift R. I will change it to test trial. Now what will happen? It should change here also. See, it become test trial. So it's not only about the method. You can change variable. If you want to change the class name, that is also fine. Press shortcut Alt Shift R. Okay, I will give something like test class. It changes. So it will tell you some sort of, I mean, yeah. Okay, I will just click on continue. It will refactor in all the places. Got it, right? So this is the way how we refactor. So refactor means, I mean, change in all the places. So this is what Alt Shift R shortcut. Okay. Now, if you want to see the properties of your project, we are having Alt Enter. Alt Enter. Okay. This is your normal. I mean, if you go here, I want to see the properties of this. So in Windows, how will do? Alt Enter. So whenever you do Alt Enter, it gives the properties of our file, right? I mean, what sort of property it is .exe file or folder or all those things, it comes over there. Okay. Similarly, in your project, if you want to see the properties of your project, you just click on this root folder, okay, and you do Alt Enter. It will give you the property of this file. So what properties will contain? Where that particular file is, okay, what sort of file it is, okay, so all the things will be shown. So now if you want to go to this location, what to do? You just copy this location and so this is the place where my project is. Okay, so this is the fastest way you can go to your project, local project. Okay? So how to do? Just select over there, Alt Enter, copy the location here, then Windows R to open your run, Control V because you have already copied, then enter. You will be go to that particular folder wherever your project is. If you want to get the properties of a particular file, then click on the file, Alt Enter. It will give you the properties of only that file. If you click on here, then it will give you the properties of full project. Okay, if you want to get the properties of any particular file, then click on this. It will be only for that particular file. Okay, so this is one of the shortcut to get the properties. Okay, yeah. Now let's try to look into the 24th shortcut. What is the 24th? Maximize or minimize. Okay, so now tell me, what is the state of this window? Maximize or minimize? State of this particular Java file, it is minimized. You want to make it maximize, then what is shortcut? Control M. M for maximize, minimize. Okay, Control M. So see here, if I do Control M, what happens? It becomes bigger. Okay, if I do Control M, it will become small. So Control M is a shortcut which we use. So if it is maximized, it will become minimized. If it is minimized, it will become maximized. Okay, so it will toggle like this. Okay, so what is shortcut? Control M is a shortcut. Okay, now let's try to go to try to understand. Okay, so what is a variable and what is a constant? What is a variable? What is a variable? Any idea? So variable is an entity which will change with the line of code or maybe the execution basically. It will vary. It will vary with time or execution of our code. Something like if we do int test equal to 100. In this line, what is the value of test? It is 100. Okay, but after that I have made it to 90. Why I am able to change this 100 to 90? Why? Because this is a variable. Variable means it will change. Okay. But what is the special feature about constant? It will never change. Okay. So something like if how to make a constant in Java? We use two keywords, static and final. Okay. So how to make it? Something like static, final, then we write test equal to 100. Now what will happen if I try to change it to test? If I try to change it to test equal to 90, will it work? It will not work. Why? Because static final means it is a constant. Constant can never be changed. So it will give you comparison. So you cannot do this. Okay. Now it is best practice. What we do is whenever you are having constant, you should make it capital letter. You should not make it small letter. It should be capital letter, so that you can differentiate between your variable and constant. Okay, so constant, what we do, we always make it capital letter. So whenever you will see some letter, some variable is capital letter, then suddenly your mind should strike it is a constant. It cannot change. Okay. So now suppose what I want to do, I want to write some constant. So how I'll write the constant? Tell me. You can have something like public or private, anyone depending on the static, final, int. Okay, suppose I want to have one variable called test equal to 1000. Okay, now it is best practice that you should make it capital letter. No? So we are having one of the shortcut to make it capital letter. Okay, so what is the shortcut? Control Shift X. If you want to make it to small letter, Control Shift Y. Okay, so see here, if I want to make this capital letter, what I'll do? Control Shift X, it will become capital. If I'll do Control Shift Y, it will become small letter. Okay, so it will be very handy if this big is there, this big is there. Now if you want to make it capital letter, what you'll do? You have to copy this somewhere. Okay, you have to copy this somewhere. And you have to write K-A-L-S. Okay, K-A-L. It will take a lot of time, right? Okay, so rather than what you do, just here, just select it. Okay, Control Shift X. Okay, and Control Shift Y, it will make it smaller. Okay, so this is the way how we will change the sensitivity of your variable or anything. Okay, so this is your 25th shortcut. Let's try to go to the 26th. What is 26th? Find file in Eclipse. Okay, so suppose if I am working over there and we are having many files. For time being, we don't have many files, we are having only 4 files. Okay, now you want to search that particular class in your project. Then we are having a shortcut called Control Shift R. What is shortcut? Control Shift R. Control Shift R. I want to find file in my project. Okay, then you have to type those type the name of that file which you want to search with some wild character. What is wild character? Something star. Okay, so in your compiler design you might have studied, right? Star, then other stuff, right? Suppose I want to search dog, then how to do? D-O-G. Automatically it can see D-O-G is coming. Now you can do this. Okay, now suppose I am having one, I'll show you this. Okay, so I am having one more class. Okay, something like I'll give some class I have created. What is the name? Dota. Okay, so now if I want to search, Control Shift R I will do. Okay, I want to search the name, all the files which are starting with D, right? So what I can do? I'll just type D. Automatically it will show all the files. Okay, now suppose if I want to search the file, okay, which is having D O okay, star. What does star means? Anything. Okay, and you can have something like U. So you don't have any file which is having D O star. Star means anything. So and U. So if I'll have some file name called do2, then now it should come here. Why? Because do we have already covered here. Star means anything. So this T means anything, and U means it. Got it, right? So any file which is matching our this pattern, it will automatically come up basically over there. Okay, so typically we use this star only, which is very famous. Okay, so star means anything which will be there inside that. Okay, so what is shortcut? Control Shift R. Okay, and you type anything. Suppose I want to type I want to search test, so test class. So this is the shortcut to search a file. Control Shift R. Running, which you have already seen. Control F11 is to run a code. Okay, how to debug? F11 is to debug a code. Okay, F11 is shortcut to debug a code. These two we have already seen earlier, and whatever 3 stars are there now, these you must know always. These are very frequently used shortcuts. Okay. 3 stars. So this Control Shift R is one of the 3 star. Okay, so Control Shift R. Okay, by which we will search the file name. Okay, now last one is getters and setters. What is getters and setters we'll see while going through, but for time being just try to understand how to create getters setters. Okay, so typically suppose I am having one of the class called dog, okay, and I am having some variables called private int number of legs. I mean dog will have number of legs, right? How many number of legs dog? Okay, private string, okay, and name. What is the name of that dog? I want to have this name. So there are two variables or instance variables. These are called, what are those called? These are called instance variables. What are those called? Instance variables. Okay, and if I'll have some method called something like barking, okay, and it will have something like int test equal to 10. Then what is this? This is called local variable. What is this called? Local variable. Local variable scope will be only till this. You cannot use it outside this. But instance variable you can use anywhere in your class. Why? Because those are defined on the top basically. Okay. Yeah. Now try to understand. Okay. Typically all the instance variables should have its getters and setters. Okay. What are getters and setters we'll see in encapsulation mechanism, but for timing you can understand. Okay. Suppose my variable name is name, then what should be the getters of name? Get name. What is setter name? Set name. These are called getters and setters. Okay. If I am having some boolean variable, something like boolean, okay, running. Suppose dog is having one of the variable called running. Then only boolean will have, we use is running. What is the one? Is running, and what is the setter? Set running. Only for boolean it will be is. Other than that all will be get set. Okay. So now if I want to create getters and setters here, then how we create? We are having one shortcut called Alt Shift S. What is shortcut? Alt Shift S. We'll see the advantage of getters and setters when we do encapsulation. Okay, so for time being, you can hold on. Alt Shift S. Are you able to see here? We are having one of those options for generate getters and setters. Just click on this here to select all. Okay, so automatically see this is called create. This is the getter for number of legs, setter, getter, setter. Got it, right? Very simple. Okay, go anywhere, Alt Shift S, click on this generate getter setters, select all. Okay, over. Control Shift. Okay, now as I told, if we'll have one of the variable called private boolean running. Now for running, what will be the, tell me? It will be is. It will not be get running. Okay, so let's try to do this. So I will do Alt Shift S, generate getters and setters, select all. Okay, then here see it is running. It is not get running. Got it, right? So this is Java naming convention which is followed. Okay, so this is the way how we create the getters and setters. What is getters and setters? We will see later. Okay, so these are the 29 very important shortcuts. Okay, so which you should practice. Okay, and these are we will keep on using this while going through.